Oh, thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Antonio. It is my first time presenting at IUI, so it's a very important moment for me to present to such a distinguished audience. So I'm a postdoctoral researcher and member of the teaching staff at the Faculty of Information Technology in the University of Jyväskylä in Finland, and also member of the Human and Machine-Based Intelligence in Learning Group, and also Cognitive Science Research Group at the University of Jyväskylä. Essentially, humans perceive and interact with AI systems in different ways. So this is what made me to explore this area. And essentially, how AI systems can be designed to understand and respond to different cultural backgrounds, sensitivities, and preferences is a question that came to my mind after my PhD, and also after an internship at Microsoft Research, when I started to explore this metaphorical design space for human AI systems. And this drum machine here is this image of a drum machine is because I'm also a musician. I'm a hip-hop artist since my very young age, since my 14 years old. And hip hop is full of different cultural influences, and this is also motivated me to start exploring this area. I'm a very old-fashioned hip hop producer because I'm still using these rudimentary interfaces for producing my own instrumentals, and also I'm not using, for example, generative AI for making my lyrics, for example, or songwriting for supporting me in songwriting. But I see that the world changed a lot in terms of music composition practices, and of course, AI changed a lot all these musicians' practices. So metaphorical design essentially appears as a strategy that can manage musicians' expectations towards the adoption of a generative AI system in these creative activities. So it also allows the seamless integration of intelligent algorithmic experiences in a manner that can align with cultural values and realistic expectations. So essentially, by designing for cultural diversity and inclusive human AI co-creative experiences, we are I'm trying to mitigate some of these representational harms, such as stereotyping and other kind of societal harms also, such as marginalization that is quite common in subgenres, music subgenres such as hip hop. And essentially, I'm exploring how this how we can understand and create these metaphorical bridges between these cultural backgrounds, and also how we can incorporate them in our AI generative AI systems for music production. So this is here we have two examples of co-creative AI tools for music composers as present in the literature. Essentially, what these tools allow the musician to do is essentially to generate a new piece of art based on a sample or something like that. So metaphors here can play already a multifaceted role in illustrating and also rationalizing the complexity of these systems, and also allow the user to understand in a more familiar way this kind of when novelty appears in the system. For example, instead of rejecting the AI system automatically, we can create a kind of a bridge between the cultural background of the user and also the interface elements, so that we can manage the expectations about the system behavior, and also create more tolerant behaviors again in relation to the system's use. So metaphors are also culturally shaped and can also act as analogical gateways to reduce this cognitive load associated with the user understanding of the functions and internal operations of the generative AI system. This is also in line with some of this work is also in line with the call for action from Schneiderman when essentially Schneiderman told us that we need a novel set of metaphors for human AI interaction because most of these conventional interaction design methodologies that we have nowadays are not encompassing the specificities of these new human AI relationships. So we need a new set of metaphors for this. So this is the essentially the problem setting for this work was based in the lack of a formal and objective work on the use of metaphors in the human AI music making space. This includes for activities such as songwriting, vocal processing, beat layering, crate digging. This is a technique used by, for example, by hip hop producers for identifying samples from music from, for example, from the 60s or 70s, and then the producer can slice the sample and create a completely new music from this using this technique. So nowadays generative AI can help in this kind of process because for example, for me it took a lot of time to create this kind of digging activities in the files and looking for the right sample, the melody that works better for this according to my needs, specific needs to produce a specific instrumental. So here I think that generative AI is changing a lot the way as we can create in a more fast way and more rapidly. The things. So basically, how can system developers and interface designers can create more culturally sensitive also experiences and facilitate the adoption process of novice users and also expert ones, not only the novice, but also the expert ones when navigating these new types of interactive interfaces. So the research questions that led me to, that I explored in this paper were essentially based on how metaphors are being used in human AI music creation research, and also if cultural sensitivity is a subject that is well addressed in the literature, essentially. So I applied a rapid review. That is a method that has been recently used in HCI studies, and essentially I applied a search query that was more broad to capture not only metaphors in the human AI music composition domain, but also other ones in terms of general user experience, and this led me to I used two different databases, Dimensions and also ACM Digital Library, and I created this code book with the title of the paper, authors, and context and application domains, objective, type of method, and this kind of general metadata, but also specific metadata about specific data about interaction metaphors, description of the context and actions in real-world situations, and also the degree of anthropomorphic attributions. I don't know if are you listening me?
Because your time is up, so I raised my hand.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to finish up?
I will just present the last slides. Sorry. So this is an overview of the papers that discuss the metaphorical design space in human AI music co-creation. So here we can see that more than 40 different metaphors represented in the literature, and only 3 papers address cultural aspects. And these aspects are not very well explored. They are just referred in a very generic way. So basically, what I found is that people tend to exhibit a greater level of appreciation of this kind of AI-generated songs when they perceive the generative AI tools as authentic musicians with human-like attributes involving anthropomorphism, and also, but AI technology can also, when it is seen as a tool, a mere tool, a social glue or a steering tool, it can also has some advantages. For example, the musician's sense of creative ownership is higher when the system is just seen as a tool. So essentially, to conclude my presentation, the cultural background, preferences, meanings, and requirements that distinguish each user must be embedded during the model pre- and post-training stages when developing AI-driven solutions in this realm, and also using metaphors in music-making practices. By using metaphors in music-making practices, developers can alleviate the complexity faced by artists and creative enthusiasts when using these kind of systems. So future work will involve essentially an investigation of how artists and other music enthusiasts are using AI in their artworks. And I'm trying to do this with in-depth ethnographic fieldwork to inform, to understand how these musicians and music enthusiasts are using these metaphors, and also if they are how they are both culturally and socially constructed in their AI creation. So this is also in line with the call for action from the field of CSW, going from simple professional studios and live concerts to also individual and family level activities in the real world. So thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you.